Before you know it, it's going to be time for lots of bells ringing for Christmas, like this one. And it's showtime.
Well, I think it's safe to say this right here, the most musicians we have ever had on the Mid-South Audio stage. Actually, this is from 2 years ago when the Capitol Ringers performed for us during the holiday season. Well, as you can see, it's just me here on the Mid-South Audio stage. And, you know, we really miss the incredible music that has been performed here over the years, but we are still getting the best performances from groups like the Capitol Ringers. Linda Sims is the artistic director of the Capitol Ringers, and she joins us via Zoom today. Hi, Linda.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I am great. Wish you were here, but it's a pandemic. Let's talk a little bit about the group. You started it in 2004, which now has the largest collection of handbells and hand chimes?
Yes, yes, we do. We have more bells and whistles than any other group anywhere around.
Wow. Literally. So how
Yes.
does one actually become a Capitol Ringer? Are you looking for more performers?
Well, it's a little awkward during a pandemic. I mean, obviously, this has impacted not just us, but all nonprofits and arts organizations, just like everyone else in their personal and business or professional lives. So we're always looking for performers. Someone who is interested in performing at the Capitol Ringers level would have to have a strong reading skill as well as a fairly good background in handbells. But we also have a B team, if you will, like a farm team that is called Beta Bay Ringers. And that's where a lot of our ringers who don't have the skill level can get that experience so that they are more prepared to be part of the Capitol Ringers ensemble.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned the pandemic having quite an impact on the group's schedule.
Yes.
So what have you been doing?
So our last rehearsal was March 8. We were preparing for this phenomenal show called Handbells Rock, and suddenly, like everyone else, the plug got pulled, and we recognized that we needed to end rehearsals there and kind of press the pedal, the brake pedal for a while and figure out how we were going to navigate through this. So we did. We restructured the organization and did a lot of administrative improvements, but then we also decided come summertime we would distribute bells out to our ringers so that they could be at home and practicing at home to enable us to start to build something, still not knowing that we would even be able to get together for some kind of rehearsal because of all of the protocols to be safe. So we initially recorded, and what our viewers are going to see, we initially recorded a piece. It's actually a transcription from the from Mannheim Steamroller. And Mannheim Steamroller did a great rendition of The Holly and the Ivy, and Paul McElveen took it and transcribed it over for handbells. And our ringers actually recorded their own part at home, and we had a flute player to do the same, and that's how we put that together with the help of Randy Peterson, one of our editors.
Wow, looking forward to seeing that, and we will see it in a few minutes. Now, are you still planning a holiday concert?
Yes, so we since then have had several rehearsals together. We're lucky to have a space where we store everything and rehearse at Conley's United Methodist Church near Lewis. And Conley's gave us the permission to, the green light to go ahead and rehearse there, following all kinds of protocols. We have some people who are in the medical field and emergency preparing fields so that we could rehearse safely with masks, wearing masks. And we actually rehearsed and recorded the rest of the 10 pieces that will be available from our show.
How can people watch it?
Our show is going to be available in different ways, and I think the most creative way is that there are service organizations and churches and organizations that oversee, nursing homes and communities like 55+ communities, and they're actually purchasing it to distribute it to those members or clients or patients. And so what we're doing is we're making it available in 3 different ways. I'll read from my my notes here. So we will email subscribers 2 songs a week beginning in late November. You can purchase as an individual the full concert that includes the introductions, because we have, not only do I give a little background on the pieces, but I also interviewed the arrangers and composers for all of our music. And then, like I was saying, you can, as a church or a senior center business, another organization, you can actually purchase a show and then share it with your members, your congregation, your clients, your customers. A lot of shut-ins would be certainly great for some opportunity to do something for the season. And then you can, share with any other members in your particular circle or community. We're hoping that a lot of people, and we've had a great response to this already, that a lot of people understand that they can share this. And in a pandemic world, that becomes a lot more doable.
Absolutely. All right. And we want to share as well. Now that we're all caught up with what's going on with the Capitol Ringers, what do you say we get to that performance? Just before the break, we got caught up on what's going on with the Capitol Ringers. Artistic Director Linda Sims is back with us. And we are going to see something here in a few minutes. But first, I would like for you to set up the scene. What are we about to see?
So during the summertime, we decided that we needed to test our ability to have everyone record their own parts for this particular arrangement of the Holly and the Ivy at home, not knowing if we were going to be able to actually gather together, so to rehearse and then record. So that's why we did what we did. And then we had an individual who edited everything together, including the flute part and a few different visuals that we've used for the show. And our show is called Tidings of Comfort and Joy, figuring that people would need a little comfort and joy this time of year, as we have for quite some time.
Absolutely. Can you talk just briefly about the challenges you faced putting this production together? I mean, that's a lot of people on Zoom.
Yes. So for the Holly and the Ivy recording, that was a matter of each ringer listening to a click track in their ears so that they could maintain the same beat. And they had to set up and have multiple devices, so they would listen on one device and then record onto another. And then once that was done, they would transfer a large file through, there's all kinds of apps that are available right now, but they would transfer that file to the person who was going to edit that. And then the editor would put it all on the board, and then to start to figure out how to piece everything together so that the timing was in sync. And that's a challenging thing, to have multiple tracks to sync up at one time. If you haven't done it, you have no idea what that's like.
I imagine. The song is Holly and Ivy, right?
The Holly and the Ivy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Capitol Ringers. That is amazing. The group, the Capitol Ringers. You can read more about them on delmarvalife.com. Artistic Director Linda Sims, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.